Mathology is old. I am Prakash Pant, and today we have a question of simultaneous equations. It was asked to me by Rajendra Chauhan of India, who is currently studying in grade 9. Two villages are situated just opposite to each other. Two motors departed from these two villages. The speed of one motor is 5 km per hour more than that of another. They started to move at the same time. If the distance between these two villages is 105 km and they met after 3 hours, find their speeds. Give this problem a try, and when you are ready, pause the video for a solution. Simultaneous equations. Before entering the question, first of all, let me tell you what are simultaneous equations and how do we solve them. Okay, let's start now. Simultaneous equation is a set of two or more equations, each containing two or more variables whose value can simultaneously satisfy both or all the equations in the set. For example, 2x plus y equals to 5 and x minus y equals to 1 are simultaneous equations. There are two ways to solve these equations. The first one is substitution method, in which we find the value of a component from the first equation and substitute it in another equation. And in elimination method, we eliminate the equal components from both the equations. And hence, only one term remains and we find the value of the component. Here, we are going to solve the given equations by using substitution method. So, let's talk about substitution method now. Substitution method. We have two equations, 2x plus y equals to 5 and x minus y equals to 1. Let's name these equations as equation 1 and equation 2. As I have already told, in substitution method, we are going to find value of x or y from first equation and substitute its value in the second equation. Now, let's solve the first equation. We have 2x plus y equals to 5. Let's take 2x to right hand side, and so we get y equals 5 minus 2x. Also, don't forget to write or in the beginning of such equations. Now, let's substitute the value of y in equation II. Then we get x minus bracket 5 minus 2x equals to 1. Now opening the bracket, we get x minus 5 plus 2x equals to 1. And so, we add the like terms and then we get 3x equals to 1 plus 5, which is 6, and x equals to 6 by 3, which is equal to 2. In this way, we get the value of x as 2. Now, for y, we need to substitute the value of x in equation I. And so, y equals to 5 minus 2 into value of x as 2. Y equals to 5 minus 2 into 2, which is y equals to 5 minus 4, and then y equals to 1. Now we have solved those equations by substitution method, and the solutions are x equals to 2 and y equals to 1. Now you know how to solve simultaneous equations by substitution method. Now let's get back to our original question. First of all, in our question there were two villages. Let's name them as village 1 and village 2. We are given that distance between these two villages is 105 km. Two motors are departing from those villages towards each other, and their speed are different. So let's say that speed of first motor is x km per hour and the speed of second motor is y km per hour. By question, speed of one of the motor is 5 km per hour more than the another. So here we get our first equation, x equals to y plus 5, which is our equation first. Now for our second equation, let's see what other things are given in the question. In 3 hours, their combined distance traveled is 105 km. Representing it in equation, we have the first motor travels 3x km in 3 hours. The second motor travels 3y km in 3 hours. And their combined distance traveled in 3 hours is 105 km. Now we get our second equation and hence we can solve our question. Now let us suppose this equation 3x plus 3y equals to 105 as equation II. Now we have two equations and we can solve as learned earlier. Let's substitute the value of x from equation I in equation II. So then we have 3y plus 5 plus 3y equals to 105. Now let us open the bracket and solve it. And we get 3y plus 15 plus 3y equals to 105. Now let us add like terms, which leads us to 6y plus 15 equals to 105. And taking 15 to right side, it becomes negative, so 6y equals to 90. And then y equals to 90 by 6, which is 15. Now let us substitute the value of y from equation II to equation I. And then we get x equals to 15 plus 5, which is x equals to 20. In this way, we got the value of both x and y as 20 and 15. And so the speed of first motor is 20 km per hour and the speed of second motor is 15 km per hour. And so there are our required answers, and so we have finally solved the question. Thanks to Rajendra Chauhan from India for suggesting me this problem. If you also have any queries in mathematics, feel free to comment. Thanks for watching.